Dealing with rejection. Hey guys, I'm Armando Leduc.
And I'm Shauna Rappold Leduc.
Today we're talking about dealing with rejection. This is a big one, guys. This is a big one for a lot of actors. Yeah. People in general. I mean, I guess we got to deal with rejection even if we're not acting. But today we're talking about acting and how it relates. So step number one.
Don't get emotionally involved.
Or attached. Right. A lot of times when we get a script or a role, we start seeing ourselves in it. We start seeing ourselves. I know you may not find that. You deal with it a little bit differently, but I get emotionally attached in terms of like me getting the money and being on set and seeing the red carpet and blah, 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 all that good stuff.
Right, and I get emotionally attached in that I create like this whole world and I'm like, oh, I get to be this person and oh man, the story I'm gonna get to tell and like I start walking around the house and character will go to bed and character and I'm like, yes, I want to get this opportunity to do this. And then if I don't get the role, I'm like, I feel like a huge piece of me has died. And I tell myself over and over again, I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah,
Armando's like, you gotta stop being so emotionally attached to this. And he's right, I do.
You just gotta audition and then forget about it. Leave it alone.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it. If you get it, great. That's bonus, right? That's lagniappe, as they like to say here in Louisiana.
Do your best to look at this as an opportunity to go into that room and have some fun.
Right.
It's your opportunity to
do your job, which is step number 2.
Set hostages free. Your opportunity to save a life. Your opportunity to
be a doctor or be a lawyer.
The best mixed drink you can. So do your homework at home. Do things you need to do to be prepared. Go in there, do your best, and leave victorious. And go about your day.
Right. The main thing is you want to make sure that you're doing a good job so that the casting director calls you back.
Yes.
If they know that they can trust you, then you know you're doing a good job.
Which goes into step number 2, just do your job. Because if you do, not only are you going to feel confident about yourself, but the casting directors will. And look, if you don't get a callback or you don't get booked on that project, that doesn't mean that you're terrible or you're never going to get called back in. That just means you weren't right. Maybe you looked like somebody else that's cast in the project, or maybe you didn't have the right look. Or
you might be too tall. You might be taller than the lead, which happens to me a lot.
It never happens to me.
So it happens that way.
But even, directors and producers will remember you and call you back. I mean, I remember for a Memphis Beat, I auditioned 4 or 5 times, and then I finally got booked. But they just kept calling me in for a different role after different role after different role. And finally they were like, this one fits you, and they loved it.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, the director in that 5th callback was like, look, you've been great. It's just never been quite right. And that's the one that I actually booked, that next one. I was like, yeah.
Well, here's a quick story for you. When I did Prison Break. Back then, long enough ago where you didn't self-tape. So a lot of times you're doing self-tapes. So I had to drive from New Orleans to Dallas 4 times.
Woo!
And every time I got a callback. I had gotten callbacks and I was like, this is it. I'm in. Nothing. And it was on that 5th time where my agent at the time was like, you need to go in. And I said, Claudia, I just can't.
Yeah.
I just can't do another 8-hour trip.
It weighs on you.
And then an 8-hour trip back just to hear the word no. Or not even hear the word no, you just don't hear anything, right?
It's like the worst breakup ever.
I know. But similar to you, the director and the casting director said they loved what I was doing.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out. And what was cool about it is that the 4 auditions that I had auditioned for, I think were like 2 or 3 lines. Mm-hmm. And then the one I actually booked was 2 episodes.
Well, they were saving you.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, and that could happen too. Yeah. Maybe they like you so much that they're like, you know what? Yeah, he could do this role or she could do this role fine. But why use this actor on this smaller role when we know we're going to have something bigger later and we're just going to save them?
Absolutely.
And that's
sometimes you guys
don't have.
Yeah, and sometimes you guys don't know that that's happening behind closed doors because you just never get told anything, which just
always do your best.
Do your job, right?
Do your job and always do your best.
Yeah, do your homework, go in prepared, right? And make the casting directors look good because I can guarantee you that when you do a good job, they're thinking about you, right? And they have your back after years and years. they'll want to help you. I mean,
yeah, these casting directors want you to do a good job, and they have your back, and they want you to get it. So
make sure you come prepared and you do your job,
do your
right? Step number 3 is don't take it personally, right?
So if you've done all of everything you're supposed to do, if you've done your homework, you're actively in class, and you're continuously working and greasing your wheel, and you're doing what you have to do as an actor, and you still don't book that role, don't take it personally. Don't take anything personally in life if you can. It's a hard thing to do, but do your best to not take it personally. There's a book called The Four Agreements.
Right.
I just talked about book 2 of them. Don't take it personally and doing your best.
Absolutely.
So,
I recommend reading that.
It's a great
I'm actually
book.
on it right now, so it's a really good book. It's definitely mind-changing. But when you don't take things personally, things seem to roll off a lot easier, right?
It's true.
And so you can't come to these auditions with a chip on your shoulder because you've auditioned maybe 30 times and you haven't gotten anything, right? Could be that 31st time.
Well, then it's 31.
Yeah, then it's 31. Sometimes it just happens that way.
Yeah.
Which goes to step number 4 is know your worth. You have to understand that you have a story to tell. You are important. You're unique. Nobody's lived the life you have.
No.
The experiences that you've had have brought you to this point. And all of the rejections and all of the hardships and all of the obstacles that you've had to overcome are getting you to this point. So it's a marathon, guys. If you
it's
want to
totally
be
a marathon.
If you want to be an actor, then just go ahead and sign up for the long haul. Otherwise, there's other things that you could be doing that are going to make you happy.
Some people get really lucky and hit stardom overnight, but that's so rare. And
it seldom happens.
And the thing is, it is the journey. I love being an actor.
Absolutely.
I love this life. I love this life now.
Yeah.
I would really have to think about it when I made the official, this is the life I'm going to choose.
Right.
Well, it was probably right before I moved to California. So I moved to California in 2013, and so I was thinking about it all in 2012. And when I officially did it, I was like, you know what? I'm in. I had been living this 1 foot in, 1 foot out for so long. And now, I've just surrendered. I've surrendered to this life, and I'm so happy.
Right.
And I love it, because, this is what I do.
Right.
It's just what we do.
Yeah.
It's just a part of...
Know your worth. Go in there confident. Understand that you've been doing the work, and hopefully you're in class and you're reading and you're doing things to further your career in terms of learning, right? Because it's always a learning process. But when you've done that and when you've done the work and you know that you've studied and you know that you're doing a good job, then you know that it's not because of your talent and it isn't because, you're doing a bad job. It's just because you don't fit the bill at that particular moment in time.
It's just not your role.
It's not your role.
It was for somebody else.
Right.
It's not yours. Share.
Don't take it personally. Know that you're worth, right? I always loved being a no collector. I have a little book that I started back in 2006, and it's just a tally mark of me getting no's. I've been a no collector for a long time. I know a lot of people collect stamps and comic books and movies, but I collect no's. And I know that from my experiences in life, the more no's you get, the closer to a yes you will get as well. Right?
Yeah, I like to think of acting as taking, your pasta noodles and throwing them on the wall and seeing which one sticks. You just have to keep going and eventually one's going to stick.
Right. I also recommend getting an audition stat tracker, and if you guys don't have this, you can look at us below, subscribe below, and visit us at actingthebiz.com. And I'll send you guys our audition stat tracker, which has a list of, the project, the date, where you audition, who you auditioned for.
Yeah, the casting director. It's always good to know at casting directors to have your back and
and so it'll give
call you in a lot.
It'll give you the analytics, and this is step 6. This is, the audition stat tracker will give you the analytics so that you can sort of start to see it from a bird's eye perspective, so that sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, right? When you're stuck in it and when you're going through it, you can't really tell. You just hear no. You just feel in the rejection. But you've got to analyze, okay, if I've auditioned for 20 roles and then I get one, well, that's my ratio, right? So then you can start to figure that out. And the younger you are in this career, the more auditions it's going to take for you to get that one. You know what I mean?
Or the newer, I wouldn't necessarily say younger.
What I mean is
what do
young.
you mean?
I mean young as far as new, right? Like your little baby when it comes to this. I don't know where you are in your career. However, when I started using an audition stat tracker, I started to see it from more of a business perspective, right? And it's a lot easier to figure things out.
Hard for creative minds
Sure.
to do, you know? We just want to be creative and
Right.
be romantic and, you know, fanciful. But
it'll help
this is
you.
a business.
Right.
And it's really important to look at it as a business.
Yeah, it will definitely help you.
Have fun, but this is a business.
Yeah, for sure. So that's our steps for dealing with rejection. Step 1, look, don't get emotionally attached.
No. Step 2, just do your job.
Right. Step 3, don't take things personally.
4, know your worth.
Right. Be a no collector. Step 5.
And audition stat tracker analytics.
Find us on actingthebiz.com and send us an email, and I'll send you that audition stat tracker. Also, if you want to work with us, we do train actors, we do consultations, and we also do coachings one-on-one. We have students all over the country. So
We
if
do
you guys would
tapings
like,
as well.
yeah. So if you guys
If
would
you're
like to work with
local
us,
to New Orleans.
if you guys would like to work with us, go to actingthebiz.com, send us an email, and we can figure out how we can help you. We like to use the 3-step approach to discover, diagnose, and treat, right? So we want to figure out what it is that you are doing right now. We're going to diagnose what's not working, and then we're going to treat those problems. Got it? So, if you guys like the video, subscribe below. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Armando Leduc.
I'm Shauna Rappold.
See y'all next time.